we shall now proceed to our question and answer round.
वायलेंस नहीं देखे, दंगा नहीं देखे, लेकिन मणिपुर का दंगा इट इज बाय क्या बोलते हैं इसको, प्री प्लानेड.
But we are wondering why the central leadership is protecting and shielding the chief minister till date. Why is he being protected? And what does he have against the central leadership that he is being protected? That is the same thing we have done, because we have been writing, like I said, we have been writing memorandums, we have been shouting, we have written to all the Home Ministry, the PMO, everywhere. In each of our protests, like rally or press conference, we have submitted innumerable memorandums. It's not taking any effect. The talk with the SOO, their demands is the same with the political demand of the politicians. All of us, we have been saying the same thing, but there has been no result. So we have the same question that you have to the central leadership. Why is Biren not removed? Okay.
मैम, जो आपने कहा कि जो रेप्स हो रहे हैं, तो ये बहुत ही जो है युद्ध में भी जो है एक तरह से अमानवीय है, चाहे किसी के लिए हो, महिलाओं के लिए भी. तो क्या उनमें कोई ऐसा ऑर्गेनाइजेशन नहीं है या महिला संगठन नहीं है जो कि ये चीज़ जो है उनकी भर्त्सना करे, ये गलत हो रहा है, किसी की भी माँ है, किसी की बहन है, उनमें कोई ऐसा सिंगल जो है ऑर्गेनाइजेशन खड़ा नहीं हुआ इसके लिए?
I cannot answer that in Hindi because I'm not free, but I think. Can I answer that in English? Yeah, okay. Till then I have no come across any of the Meitei, any of the Meitei women organization or any forum who have spoken for the rape victims. And even Bina Lakshmi Nepram, I think she has been selectively silent, about this. She has a massive following, and I've been questioning her like on social media, whether why are you silent? Why are you silent? Like, what about this? Because you represent us women in general. Why are you not talking about this? And she blocked me.
क्या वो डरी हुई हैं या कि जो है उनको मतलब लग रहा है कि नहीं जो हो रहा है ठीक हो रहा है?
When they are the main instigator, when they are the ones instigating those youths, radicalized youths, to rape and assault them, why will they contradict themselves and speak against them? And even if there are few of them, I don't think they will come out and speak openly about it, because like you see the case of Bablu Loitombom and also Brinda Thonauzam, how their homes were vandalized by Arabai Tenggol. It's a pity that even if they know the truth and they want to stand with the truth, they can't come out openly, because the valley, there's no law and order in the valley at this moment. There are so many instances coming up in the news that certain such and such families, home residents were bomb blasts were there at their homes, because officially or unofficially the valley is now plagued with secessionist groups like the PLA, PRIPA, all of them. And given on top of that, the Arambai Tenggol, their state government is complicit in supporting them. And if you are aware, the chief minister and the titular king of Manipur, Sanajauba, they are patrons of the radical groups. So
Madam, in this targeted, I will say that totally targeted violence, more than 200 people are killed till today. More than 200 villages are burnt to ashes. More than 7,000 houses are also burnt. And in the result, 41,425 according to your record. The people are dispersed from there. My question is, where these affected victims, peoples are living today, and is state administration giving any compensation to the victims?
I think I have to answer that as well. In the initial days, most of the victims, across Imphal, most of them had no other option. Even if they had financial problems, they had to borrow from friends and family, and they had to fly to different cities outside the state, because at that point of time, it was not possible to go through any of the roadways, because Imphal is all surrounded by Meitei areas. If you go to north, you have to cross Sekmai. If you go to south, you have to cross Thobal, Khamabok, all this area. And if you go to Churchanpur, you have to go through all this Oinam, Bishnupur. Those are all of them are Meitei areas. So you cannot, go. It was not feasible to go through road. So there are so many IDPs, even in Delhi and NCR. There was a relief camp set up in, I think, Dwarka, and even in North Campus. People came in, I think, hundreds, and even now many of them are there. But I think on the second week of May, the evacuation with the security forces happened. And then most of them, I think the first evacuation process took place to Sadar Hills in Molbung, Kangpokpi, and then Churchanpur, Tengnopal, Chandel, all of those. So relief camps are mostly in Sadar Hills and Churchanpur now, but I think the relief camp, without any support from the state or central, aid or financial support, they will be closed very soon by the end of this year. And I've been collecting data from relief camps for a while now, and one question that I have been asking them was whether they got any kind of compensation or any kind of help besides NGOs and any organizations. And they say besides some kind-hearted people who visits the relief camp, we have nothing. Especially the question I asked was mostly to pregnant mothers who were pregnant at the time of fleeing their homes. So they said, we didn't receive any help. We got some huggies, baby diapers, and some sort of 500 rupees because from pastors, mostly pastors, religious organizations who visited them. Besides that, there is no other aid, I think.
I would also like to answer you the question. I think I will be able to address you more क्योंकि मैं जब ये सब हादसा हो रहे थे, मैं 3rd मई को रैली भी गई थी. 3rd मई रैली से वापस आते ही ये सब स्टार्ट हो गए थे. और मेरा गांव अभी भी एक बफर जोन के बगल में है. The war is still going on. When I go home, I can hear bullets, gunshots, bombs all day around. That kind of village I'm staying. And to answer your question, my own elder sister lived in Imphal. She was in Imphal, and she was 6 months pregnant. And I will like to talk about this situation in general. In the morning of 4th May, we still didn't know what was going on. And we didn't know that this will last till now, right? We thought as Manipuris, famous for those buns and curfews, we thought this will maybe go on for 3-4 days and it will end. But personally, when I started to realize that this thing is going to go for a very long time was when I saw videos of students in Manipur University, they were calling out Kuki Macha, and then they were so on 4th May, nothing was organized. As someone who belonged to the village, which was a buffer zone, 4th May se hi our village turned into the pick and drop point, how do you say, transit point for people who were escaping from Imphal, evacuated from Imphal. So I was there, along with my 4 to 5 other cousins who are nurses. I had no personal experience of medical, but I acted as their driver, and we made an emergency group, and we were there on ground. On 5th night, date 5 के रात को पहला इवैक्यूएशन हुआ इम्फाल से, जो हम लोग ने we sent 4 buses to evacuate our people who were staying in second MR, first MR and Lumfield. ये 3-4 सब Indian Army के camps हैं. They are taking relief there. And when 4 buses were sent, 1 buses came empty and 3 buses came full. 1 bus is a capacity for maximum 30 to 35 people to sit. And do you know how many people came in 1 bus? More than 200 people. And they couldn't even sit properly with the window. They were hiding and shoving their head inside the bus, because all the way from the camp till, I will tell, the village, Modbu village, people were attacking them on the way. When we were waiting for them with food and supplies and water and everything that we had, the bus arrived and all the windows were totally shattered. Inside there were babies, old mothers, packed with people. They couldn't even come down of the bus because it was too packed. And the bus even broke down in Sekmai, which is Meitei area. When the bus broke down there, even the people sitting inside there, even us who were waiting for them, we gave up. We thought like, ye log zinda nahi bachenge. But Indian Army was very quick enough to, arrange a new truck again, and they headed towards that. And for somehow they rescued them, all of them, and they arrived safely in our village. That was what was happening in the first few days. And on date 6, I can say like our church leaders, हम लोग को इकट्ठा किया गया आसपास के गांव के youths को, और हमें we were all volunteers. किस को emergency medical team में जाना है, किस को water supply का team में जाना है, किस को खाना बनाना है. Like we were divided into teams. And from there on, like उससे ही start हुआ है. आज तक हमें कोई मदद नहीं मिला है बाहर से. Relief camps भी उस समय हम लोग ने अचानक से बनाना पड़ा, क्योंकि people came in thousands, not just hundreds, thousands में आए इम्फाल से, और इम्फाल के आसपास के गांव भी जो सब जल गए थे. And those people who were hiding in forests and jungles. जब वो लोग आए तो हम रखे भी तो कितने लोग को रखे अपने घर में. So what we did, schools, government, private schools, colleges, churches, सब दरवाजा खोला हम लोग ने, and education schools सब रुक गए उसमें, क्योंकि we had to make beds for people who escape. We have to have a space for them, a roof for them where they can sleep and take refuge. हमारे पास कुछ नहीं था. Everything was taken away from us. But still, we contributed. Like I said, there were volunteers who were collecting clothes from each house. They were collecting blankets from each house, rice from each house. And till today, November 3 को कितने महीने होंगे? 18 months. 18 months till today we are surviving ourselves. The men are protecting our land on the front. The women and children are helplessly staying in the relief camps, relying on the food that we provide. That is the situation. And the prefabricated homes that are built in Kampopi and other different districts. If you come and visit the state of the prefabricated structure, it's, like, bahar se dekhne mein bas sundar hai. White walls and all those makeshift and like, but you wouldn't be able to stay there for even one night, the condition there. Like the thin walls, the tiny rooms. If I have to sleep on the floor, my head will be touching the other wall and my leg will be touching the other. It's that kind of condition. And we have families who have 3 to 4 disabled people in their village, in their one family. Okay, and in that tiny house, they felt suffocated, they didn't get enough food. That's the situation even till now. What's scary is that from the first week of last year violence till today, it's still the same. And the people who are working on ground, helping these people, taking them to hospitals, taking care of them, are all volunteers, all out of goodwill, all good Samaritan. And because of these people only till today we are surviving, If we have doctors, they come and they try to particular skill, I must say. So I tried to, involve in everything that I could. If somebody needed assistance in the middle of the night in the relief camp, I had to just drive up my scooty and then take them up on the scooty and then take them to the nearest district hospital. Till today, we don't even have a proper hospital there. When you look at the hospitals in Delhi, when you look at the hospitals in Guwahati, that is the nearest, it is filled with us people. It's not like war ke baad achanak se hum sab bimar ho gaye. It's because we don't have hospitals there. We have to travel 11 to 12 hours to get the nearest hospital to get a proper checkup. My own mother has to travel 12 to 13 hours every 2 to 3 months to get a checkup. That's the situation in Manipur. Even the sick people, those who are supposed to not die, are also dying. All the age during this war, after the war, I have seen that all those old women and men who are like they didn't have any sicknesses in particular, but after this war, the stress that tormented them, keeping on at that age, when you have to be resting freely, enjoying the life with your grandchildren, enjoying what the village has to offer you, the land has to offer you, you are seeing your people fleeing for their lives and like a complete genocide of your people. I feel like nobody will be able to handle that much of stress at that age. And yeah, coming back to your question, our displaced people are in thousands. We are still in the relief camps. Those who are able to find small jobs, start small businesses, are able to move to rented house in the villages itself. And those who had education enough to seek jobs in the metro cities and all, we are here. And that's that. And so far we haven't get any aid. They have dragged them. उनका हाथ को भी काटा, उनका जहाँ काट सकते थे वो लोग काटा, and then उस वीडियो के साथ हम लोग को torment किया गया. They know exactly how to emotionally break us with all those videos, and that's what they are doing till today. And I was born and brought up in Imphal. My parents got married in Imphal. My elder sister got married in the same church my parents got married. But that church was the first among the first churches in Imphal that was burned on the night of 3rd May. As I said, my sister was 6 months pregnant and she lived very close to the church. While we were talking about what was happening in there, she was like, I can hear the bangs of the door in the churches. The meetings are coming. Oh, I can see the flames. I think the church is burned. That was the start of the conversation we had until today, it still rings in my ear. And yeah, how do we recover from those kind of trauma?
Daughter in her lap, and also the 70-year-old, her mother-in-law, while they were fleeing New Lambaland. So in this whole aspect, and no amount of compensation will ever fill the separation that a father, a mother, or a granddaughter, or anyone will feel when they have to give away their daughter to another place, while it was their time to grow with their family, to be connected with the mother's embrace, and to come this far. You may not know, but there are almost 200 children who has to be separated from their family just to pursue a proper education. I myself, my sisters, when she fled here, I had to send her to Kerala. It was so difficult for me. At the same time, we were not, I will not say that we were very poor, but in that situation, we had to pay almost thousands to bring my sisters here. And then in that moment, my parents were completely contributing towards sustaining the people who had fled to Manipur relief camp. In that aspect, my society, their resilience, their power, the courage they showed in this moment is commendable, and no one can ever, and no compensation from the government will ever fill that. And I would also like to tell you that when the government gives you compensation, will they be able to put up or fill the mental or the psychological impact? There is no compensation for this, honestly. And as Sir was implying, the compensation in form of separate administration is not even compensation, it's our due right.
Yes.
Okay, it's our due right.